Hi friends, understanding what contracting officers truly seek in requests for proposals is crucial for successful government contracting. A government agency's decision to buy and who to buy from is never trivial. The stakes are high, tax dollars are in play, citizen services are in the spotlight, people's careers are on the line, and the media is watching. This analysis reveals the key evaluation factors, decision-making processes, and strategic considerations that drive contracting officers' selections. Contracting officers are human beings making complex decisions under pressure. Source selection authorities view their responsibilities through the lens of their own past experiences and the needs of the agencies they serve. This affects the importance they assign to factors like cost, performance risk, and innovation, and how they determine what is in the government's best interest. Understanding this human dimension is critical for proposal writers who must make it easier for evaluators to choose and defend their selection on which contractor to pick. Let's start with the 5 primary evaluation areas. This subject matter, decoding the RFP, what contracting officers really look for, will be split into 2 or 3 training sessions so it's more cohesive. So here we go. Evaluating criteria encompasses technical skill, past performance, cost competitiveness, and regulatory compliance. Modern government contracting operates on a structured evaluation framework that typically includes 1. Technical understanding and competency. A. Soundness and quality of proposed approach. B. Level of process maturity. C. Adherence to industry best practices. D. Capacity for effective implementation. Bullet 2. Past performance. Let's get to the facts. Past performance information is one indicator of an offeror's ability to perform the contract successfully. The currency and relevance of the information, source of the information, context of the data, and general trends in a contractor's performance are factors of a successful project. It's like building a warehouse, and leaving out primary materials like concrete for the foundation, the structure of the building would fail. 3. Cost and price analysis varies by procurement. A. Normally, competition establishes price reasonableness. Therefore, when contracting on a firm fixed price or fixed price with economic price adjustment basis, comparison of the proposed prices will usually satisfy the requirement to perform a price analysis. 4. Management approach and risk mitigation. A. Quality of management plan. B. Risk identification and mitigation strategies. C. Organizational capability. All these factors contribute to a successful project. Finally, bullet number 5. Innovation and value-added solutions. A. Demonstration of innovative approaches. B. Added value beyond minimum requirements. C. Proof of successful implementation of similar innovations. In summary, the government RFP evaluations process focus on 5 core areas. Technical competency assesses your approach quality, process maturity, and implementation capacity. Past performance examines your track record and ability to deliver based on historical success. Cost and price analysis evaluates competitive pricing and value proposition through market comparison. Management and risk reviews your management plans, risk mitigation strategies, and organizational capability. And innovation and value looks for creative solutions beyond minimum requirements with proven implementation. Contracting officers use this structured framework to balance technical excellence against cost effectiveness, with technical competency and past performance typically carrying the most weight in determining the best value selection. Government contracting is complex, filled with legal rules, layered requirements, and evaluation processes that can be difficult to navigate alone. That's why we created a free community built by real experts who live and breathe this work. If you're looking for entertainment, we are probably not for you. But if you're serious about learning government contracting and ready to pursue multi-million-dollar contracts, then you're in the right place. The number one thing contracting officers fear when selecting a new vendor relates to performance risk and the ability to defend selection decisions. Contracting officers must be able to justify their decisions to oversight bodies, Congress, and the media. This is why government contracting is not a side hustle or a get-rich-quick scheme. If you want a low-budget government contract, then you need to understand the process is exactly the same. You need to do the work. Each contracting officer's process is different based on their personality and level of knowledge in the field. But these are some factors to consider. Contracting officers worry about selecting vendors who cannot deliver on their promises because it would waste tax dollar funds. This is just one factor, but there are many throughout this training session to consider. So do not just skip ahead, otherwise you may miss a point valuable to your primary objective of winning contracts. Here is the baseline. 1. Concrete evidence of past successful performance. Contracting officers want proof you can deliver, not promises. They need specific, verifiable examples that demonstrate your ability to handle their exact requirements successfully. This is also why a bid requires a capability statement. 2. Clear understanding of project requirements. Contracting officers want confidence that you truly get it, that you understand not just what they're asking for, but why they need it and what success looks like in their specific context. 3. Realistic timelines and resource allocation. Contracting officers need confidence that your timelines are achievable, not optimistic. Also, that you have the resources and experience to deliver on a project schedule without compromising quality or exceeding the budget. There is a lot of information in this section, so feel free to pause the video and read the bullets provided on the presentation because it's important in the context of winning high-dollar contracts. Just remember, not all evaluators are decision makers, so the evaluator's ability to communicate and defend their assessment is critical, especially if the vendor selected was not unanimous. Why does this matter? When technical evaluators score your proposal highly, they must then advocate upward to convince decision makers why you should win. If the evaluation team wasn't unanimous in their recommendation, the winning evaluator faces even more scrutiny and must justify their assessment to skeptical colleagues and superiors. The communication challenge. Your proposal becomes the evaluator's ammunition. If your response is vague, generic, or poorly supported, the evaluator has nothing concrete to defend their positive assessment with. They need specific evidence, clear benefits, and compelling arguments that they can confidently present to their supervisors. Strategic implication. Don't just write to meet requirements. Write to give your advocates the tools they need to champion your proposal in internal discussions, presentations, and decision meetings. Make their job easy by providing clear, defensible reasons why you're the best choice. Bottom line, your proposal must be persuasive, not just to the person reading it, but to everyone up the chain who will question that person's recommendation. The protest risk. Why contracting officers follow rules religiously. This statement highlights one of the biggest fears driving contracting officer behavior: the threat of bid protests that can derail billion-dollar procurements. The protest reality. When a company loses a bid, they can file a formal protest with the Government Accountability Office challenging the award decision. These protests are public, time-consuming, and can halt contract performance for months while under investigation. This is what triggers protests: evaluating proposals using criteria not published in the RFP, changing evaluation weights or factors during the process, failing to follow stated evaluation methodology, considering information not requested in the solicitation, inconsistent application of scoring standards. The career impact. Contracting officers who deviate from published criteria face congressional scrutiny if protests escalate. Career damage from failed procurements. Media exposure when protests become public. Legal liability for improper procurement practices, in addition to program delays affecting mission delivery. Why this matters to you. Contracting officers will not bend rules or consider factors outside the RFP, no matter how compelling your argument. They cannot give you credit for capabilities not explicitly requested, or evaluate a value add that was not specified in the criteria, or consider your past relationship with the agency if it's not a stated evaluation factor. So if you contact a contracting officer and they stop responding to your emails or phone calls, you need to understand there are legal implications if they respond. Here are the strategic implications. Success requires strict compliance with stated requirements. Don't assume they'll appreciate extra features or overlook minor non-compliance issues. Address only what's asked for, exactly as requested. Bottom line, contracting officers prioritize legal defensibility over everything else because protests can destroy careers and halt critical government operations. A single sustained protest can result in congressional hearings, inspector general investigations, and months of delayed mission-critical services. The fear of having to explain their decisions under oath to lawmakers or investigators makes contracting officers extremely risk-averse and procedurally rigid. This isn't bureaucratic stubbornness. It's professional survival in an environment where any mistake becomes public record and can end careers. Understanding this reality helps explain why flexibility is rare and compliance is non-negotiable in government contracting. So team up with the experts. Government contracting represents one of the most lucrative yet challenging business opportunities available today, with over $600 billion in annual federal spending alone. However, the path to success is fraught with complexity. Intricate legal frameworks, multi-layered compliance requirements, and sophisticated evaluation processes that can overwhelm even experienced business professionals. Many contractors struggle in isolation, making costly mistakes that could have been avoided with proper guidance. Recognizing this critical gap, we established a free community founded and led by seasoned government contracting professionals who have successfully navigated these waters for decades. Unlike many in this space, our team consists of current practitioners with contracting expertise as proposal managers, senior contract managers, procurement directors, and business development executives who have personally managed multi-million-dollar contracts and understand the nuances that determine success or failure. We're not former educators seeking a career change, software developers pushing AI solutions they've never tested in real procurement environments, or marketing professionals selling flashy promises without substance. If you're seeking entertainment or quick fixes, this community isn't designed for you. However, if you're genuinely committed to mastering government contracting and pursuing substantial contract opportunities worth millions of dollars, you've found the right resource. Our approach is fundamentally different because our financial success is directly tied to yours. We only achieve significant returns when you win large contracts. This alignment ensures that our guidance, strategies, and support are laser-focused on your actual success, not just selling you courses or software. Our mission is simple. When you achieve that breakthrough contract win, we want to be the expert team that provided the knowledge, strategy, and support that made your success possible. I'll see you in the next training session on government contracting.